The Adventures of Thomas, Episode 14. A True Story. Sidley was just getting up from his unconscious moment. What happened? Said Sidley. He couldn't fly. His right wing was very bad. He was put aside. Finally, Finn, Holly, and Lightning McQueen got out of the rubble. They said. They were put aside with Sidley, too. Meanwhile, Thomas, Toby, and Mater were talking to the Screaming Banshee. He said that he had gotten over a spell from Diesel 10 and went to destroy Sodor. Tell us more, said Thomas. I will begin my story again, said the Screaming Banshee. I was driving along the cliffs. Then I saw Sodor. It was a beautiful town, and I wanted to live there. But then I somehow bumped into this factory, and Diesel 10 and a couple other diesels were there. Hey, you, said Diesel 10. Yeah, the Screaming Banshee. We need your help. We want you to destroy Thomas and destroy Sodor. But that's such a beautiful town. I do not want to destroy it, said the Screaming Banshee. Well, you'll want to when I claw ya, said Diesel 10. You puffed behind him and scratched him. Oh, wow, said the Screaming Banshee. Just then the Screaming Banshee turned pink for a second. Then he was under Diesel 10's spell. It was like he was hypnotized. I will go and get Thomas. And by the way, before I go get him, is there a tow truck named Mater here? Yes, said Diesel 10. Great. Tell me where he is. On Radiator Springs, said Diesel 10. On the other side of the island, said Sydney. Great. On my way, said the Screaming Banshee. So you see, said the Screaming Banshee, I was under a spell. Wait a minute, said Thomas. As soon as he clawed you, said Thomas, maybe whoever gets clawed by Diesel 10 gets in a spell, like being hypnotized, said Toby. I think you're right, said Mater. Well, I have to figure out what's going on, said Thomas. And he flew away. There was still quite a bit of smoke in the air. Unfortunately, Thomas didn't have any missiles. All he had was jets. He flew over to what used to be their fortress. What have you done with the Screaming Banshee, said Thomas. It's a pleasant surprise to see you here, said Diesel 10. And I know just what to do. Since you figured out my secret... Whoa! Thomas flew down. And time for you to be on our side, said Diesel 10. No, said Thomas. Now you're so powerful, you can take on the entire universe just by yourself. Great, said Thomas. What do I do? First of all, destroy all of Sodor for us. Gotcha, said Thomas. Screaming Banshee had no idea what was behind him. Screaming Banshee, look out, said Toby. Ow, said the Screaming Banshee. I will destroy all of you, said Thomas. Thomas, what's gotten into you, said Maynard. I'm on outside of the diesels. They're actually quite nice, said Thomas. No, don't fall for it, said Toby. It's just a trap. I will destroy all of Sodor for the diesels. Thomas knocked over Colin and Cranky. Ouch, what was that for? Said Colin. So bad. Thomas had his missiles. He shot the runway and shot Jeremy. Ouch, said Jeremy. His aim was very bad. Thomas flew down to the soda suspension bridge. He broke it in half. Thomas was about to destroy Sodor. Thomas destroyed the bridge. All the engines were awake in the sheds. They heard the crashing. What happened? Said Henry. How am I supposed to know? Said Percy. Whatever it is, it's probably bad, said James. Thomas was flying toward them. Look out, they said. Thomas hit Percy, who hit James, who hit Henry. Henry busted right through Tim's sheds, which made a hole in it. I got you, Henry, said Thomas. Thomas flew away before Henry could reply. Thomas hit the roof. It fell on top of Henry. Oh, ow, said Henry. How the citizens of Sodor going to solve this problem? Find out in the next episode of The Adventures of Thomas.